Hello guys, welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Yinky and today I'll be showing you how to make a puff sleeve on an off shoulder bodies. So you can see the picture of what we are making is right here on the screen. You can see how beautiful it is. The kind of puffy sleeve is the one that will have a band, and the band I'm going to do it in such a way that it will relax on the shoulder, it will be firm to the shoulder. It won't be the kind of a band that will be falling or that will be falling off. It will be firm to the shoulder. So I will show you how to do that in this tutorial. So the first thing is to fold. So I'll be showing you how to fold here. You're going to fold like so. You can see the way I just folded because I'm making two sleeves at a time, so I'll be cutting the two sleeves together. So after I folded with 14 inches or 15 thereabout, so I'll fold into two again, making the folding into 4. So after you have folded like this is the two sleeves are unfold right away. So I'll first of all take 16 inches. Then after I've taken that, the remaining will be for my armhole slant. So here we are going to make the armhole slant where you're going to fix the armhole on the sleeve. This is the armhole on the sleeve. I'm going to measure whatever measurement is here on the armhole because it's an off shoulder. It's 7 inches. So I'm going to input 7 inches right here. So after I have input the 7 inches, then the order will be for the sleeve length. The part that I just mark here with the ruler is the sleeve, the rest of the sleeve length. And after that, the next thing is to just cut. It's very simple to cut this. So I'm going to slit this through because this is where you're going to pleat on the band. So I'm going to slit it through for the two sleeves. So it's as simple as ABC. Very, very easy to make a puff sleeve. And this is how I'm going to gather it on the band. So after I've done that, the next thing to do is to fold my band. You can see how I'm folding it on a bias so that the Ankara fabric will be able to stretch very well. You can see that I stretched it before folding, and I folded on bias, not straight, so that it will stretch and be firm on the shoulder. So, and I measured on fold, I measured the sleeve length to the length of the band to be 11 inches so that I will have enough allowance. Then on fold here I have 2 inches on fold, so I'm going to mark 2 inches on fold like this. Then I'll cut it out so that the band can be 1.5 by the time I fix the puff sleeve. So the puff part of the sleeve will rest on the band. So here is the neckline here we have 4.5, and all I need on this band is another 4.5 to make it 9 times 4 will give me 38 as my circumference, the overall off shoulder circumference of my client. So right here I'm going to slant it up, so the part that will be on fold will be reduced by 1 inch. So as you can see, I have 5.5 here, and I have 5.5 and 5 all together. So the part that is on fold will be the one that will be shorter, while the one that will be on the armhole will be longer, so that it will be able to relax on the body. So right here I'm trying to cut. There is an organza fabric on the Ankara material. This is just to bring out the beauty. It's not part of the tutorial. So I'll just place the organza material and match it like so. I cut the organza material the same measurement that I use. It's the same measurement that I use for the Ankara fabric that I use for the organza material. So I'll just place it and match it on the organza material. And after I've done that, the sleeve band is what I'm going to notch the mid point, so that I will know the part that will be at the mid shoulder. So after I have done that, I'm going to place the band here so that I'll be able to pleat the sleeve, the puff sleeve on the band. So I told you that the overall length of the band is 5 inches on fold. That means it's 10 inches because of the circumference of the off shoulder of my client. So I'm going to pleat the sleeve like so on the band. So this band, the overall length that I have here now is 10 inches because all I need is 9 for the band. So this, I'll just go ahead and pleat like so. Everything that I have, I'm going to pleat it on this band. So after I have pleated it, this is what I have. You can see how beautiful it is. I'm pleating on the part that I did that is not on fold. Remember, the part that is not on fold on the band, on the sleeve band, is where I pleated on. So all this sleeve length, remember, it's 10 inches. The overall sleeve length, the overall band length is 10 inches. So whatever I do to one sleeve, I will do to the other sleeve also. And this part, the hem of the sleeve, I'm going to fold up because I will just fold by 1.5 inches, the sewing allowance that is there. Half inch will go in, then the 1 inch that is left will be the one that will serve as the casing for our elastic rubber. The type of elastic rubber I'm going to use is the small elastic rubber. That's what I'm going to use to put that's what I will put inside to gather the ruffles together. So after I have done that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm almost done with the puff sleeve. So I will just go ahead and pass in my rubber. So this rubber, I'll measure it on my tape measure. So I can just measure, because the round sleeve of this person is 12 inches. So if I have 9 inches, 9 inches should be able to gather it together and it will still give her comfort. So I have 9 inches. I'm going to mark 9 inches. You can do 9 or 10 thereabout because of the sewing allowance that will still go in. So I'll put my safety pin to then pass it in through the casing. So I'll just pass it through the casing and stitch it up here so that I'll be able to go ahead and pass it through to the end of the hole. So we are gathering the puff so that the puff will be able to form very well. So I'm trying to pass in the elastic rubber, and the elastic rubber will pass out through the other end. Then I will stitch it and remove the safety pin. So I will just remove the safety pin and stitch it down. So after I have stitched it like so, I will now move to the second sleeve and do likewise to the second sleeve. Whatever I have done to one side, so right away I'll fold this into two so as to join the sewing allowance on the sleeve. I'll fold it into two and use half inch sewing allowance to join. So that's what I'm using my chalk to mark. I'm trying to use my chalk to mark the sewing allowance of half inch, or if it is 1 inch that you put here, you can still put 1 inch. But so after I've done that, after joining it together and stitching it, this is the sewing allowance. I'm trying to follow the sewing allowance. I can place it on the bodies right away. So right now I want to place the sleeve on the bodies. So using the sewing allowance of half inch, I'll place this. I can use my pin to hold it. I can use my pin to hold it till I get to the sewing allowance that is on the sleeve. You know, I've notched it, so that will be a guide for me so that I will not pass the boundary. So I will use pin to hold it. So the way I'm holding it is the way I'm going to stitch it if I'm stitching it on my machine. So I'll hold it till I get to the back band. And I'm almost done with this tutorial. I'm almost done. This is what we have. You can see the sleeve is very beautiful. What I have done to one side is what I will do to the other side, and we have a perfect off shoulder puff sleeve with band. So the band is 1.5 inch on fold. That's the width of the band. You can see how beautiful the result is. It's very, very beautiful. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, like, and also share. Please leave your comment in the comment section, and I'm going to attend to it as soon as I see it. Thanks, and God bless you. Bye.